Hey, welcome back, guys, to the Snapping All In podcast. I'm someone here who go, joined by my co-host, as always, Baby Mario. And today we have a very special guest.
Hi, I'm Angel, and I'm very glad to be here. It's a pleasure.
Ooh. Look, we're so big already. We're already getting special guests, two special guests.
Two special. Oh my gosh, we're insane. We're very excited to have Angel on. Even though
I'm
the
glad to be
archetype
here.
that he specializes in is
Many of you. It might be one of the only thing that is more hated than Mr. Negative, I think.
yep. It's funny because they're doing back-to-back episodes with the hated archetypes. This is peak.
No, I
Man.
think this is like the best out of it. Um, Quick question: do you guys want me to like introduce myself a little bit so people know
Sure,
who I
go
am?
ahead.
Yes. Go ahead,
All
take it away.
right. So, I'm Angel. I am one of the lead moderators in Marvel Snap Discord, the official one, and newly also moderator for Reddit. For the ones who don't know, now you do.
Wait, really? Reddit
And
has monsters?
yes, Reddit has moderators. It's something we usually don't talk about, but I was like, hey, after we had like this one thing in the Ask the Team section where people asked the SD devs why they don't work with Reddit, it was because the place wasn't moderated enough. So I went out of my way and asked Gus, hey, what about if I just try to like lift that place up a little bit? So I connected with the old Reddit moderators and we kind of did a thing. And
Oh,
that
man.
happened then. So yeah, I'm currently dual moderating both the Discord and
Dual
Reddit.
moderating.
Uh,
I'm gonna be honest,
yeah,
you're doing the Lord's work here. Like I don't think anyone else
Oh
would be as
man.
excited to do this. We were talking
I
earlier
enjoyed it.
about moderation, and
You did
and
crazy.
and I expressed how like I couldn't understand like enjoying it, but like man, you're one of a kind. I think, or well, few of a
Well,
Well,
kind.
few of
few
a
of
kind.
kind. I
Yeah.
would say that yes. And aside of that, I am I think 8 or 9 times infinite player. Highest rank was something around 2K, so I'm not like super competitive, but that's just the thing that happens. And what most people know me for is that I love Mill over anything. I have Baron Zemo and Misery both on Mastery level 30. I'm working on Firehair right now and Hood. And I love to invent new decks for that archetype. And this is something we're going to talk about later today.
Oh yeah,
So,
you guys will be hearing. Honestly, more than half of this episode might be just him talking about more.
Yeah.
Considering how long we let him.
Yeah.
I want them multiple times. They allowed me to do so. If you
Mhm.
can't hear it, it's their fault, not mine.
It's our fault. Yeah. That makes sense.
Oh my gosh! But I guess we should get started on the actual, well, the beginning portion. We're going to be talking about
Yeah.
some of the cards coming out.
Mm.
We're recording this a little bit early, so I don't know. We might not have the full information, but
Yeah.
we'll try as we go. The first card we're talking about today is Zombie Captain Marvel. Zombie Captain Marvel is a 4/4 with the effect activate. Destroy your other cards here to get +3 for each. Move to a location you're losing. Um, this is a very very interesting card in my opinion. Like, um, activate destroy is pretty rare. Like the only other one is Kid Omega, right? Kid Omega had this whole hype around it. Ironically, nowadays it's not seeing that much play. Like I don't see much Kid Omega like Nimrod or like uh, Black Panther stuff. But but as opposed to Kid Omega, where you're destroying it to gain its power, this one just gets a flat +3. But but you it's much more easy to set up. You can just play
Mhm.
it down and then like wherever you have the destroy location, you don't have to like set it up beforehand. You can just play it down where
Mm.
you have like your Wolverine or your Deadpool or your Headpool actually, and then activate it from there. Or you also have the psychological aspect of maybe you don't actually activate it because your opponent thinks you are, and they're going to prepare to like reinforce a lane that they're winning, and they're going to overcommit, and then that allows you to win another way. Uh, in any case, I'm very excited for this card. I'm surprised Mario isn't. We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, I'll rate it one rock on the rock scale.
Yes. So I like the card. I think it's a very cool design, personally. I think this I activate destroyer of the cards get a +3 power. First of all, this is a +3 power scale, which means that at its finest, it's a 413. If I'm doing my math right, it's because it's +9 and it's a 413, and it's moving to a location that you're losing. All that sounds incredible to me. What I'm hung up on and why I'm giving him a leaning more negative is that this is not a classic destroy card, and this is a much slower card. You're not going to be playing this card with Headpool. You're not going to be playing this card with Deadpool. You're not going to be playing this card with even Wolverine, unless you're running it Wolverine in the deck you're going to play her in. Because like you're wasting an entire fourth turn on setting this card up that you would rather be using a Venom, that you would rather be setting up a Killmonger on turn 5. And so I think this card doesn't work in what we classically know as destroy. I don't think it's going to work well with Deadpool because you're wasting an entire turn of Deadpool destroys, and instead of being 8 power without a buffer, your Deadpool is now 4 power. So you're cutting in half the amount of Deadpool power that you're going to have, which in turn cuts down the amount of no power you're going to have. And it's kind of like a snowball. Like, of course, this card is really cool and it moves and it's a 413, but I feel like this card really reminds me of what Kid Omega and what Warlock were. Like especially when we were doing an episode with Pixie when Warlock was going to release it. It's actually kind of funny because he actually just uses that card in every single one of his decks now. Everyone was so hyped for this for Warlock, and it's like, oh, this can be break the meta. You did your Mobius this or that, and then it turned out like even after Mobius week, it was like it's an okay card. Like they had to buff him in the last OTA. So I think this card reminds me a lot of what the Warlock hype was, and this card also reminds me of what Kid Omega was. Kid Omega was also incredibly hyped up as well. So that's where I kind of stand with this card. I'm like. I think it could be strong, but the difference is like I don't know what he's gonna fit in, and I don't know if the decks he's gonna fit in. Sorry, she's gonna fit in are gonna be good. That's kind of what's worrying me about this card.
Okay, I get the points so far, but I miss a few things because why I think this card is really good is because of 2 reasons. Reason number 1, you can use this wonderfully in Clock. You clock yourself and your opponent with stuff like Debris, Silver Surfer, First Steps, going all out with rocks. Place your Captain Marvel somewhere where everything is filled with rocks, destroy it, get a payout, and then move. That's insanely good. You can use it on hoods, you can use it on stuff which is negative, sentry, all that stuff. Just clean it out and get a payback. That's the one thing. I think that's very obvious though. I think many people will do that. What I'm personally excited in, and which is why I gave this 1 rock, I think if I gave it 2, maybe it's bugged, I don't know. But it's really good in my opinion because of the second reason, which is Fire Hair. I think this card is the single strongest Fire Hair enabler we will get. Because it's a late activate, it's a strong activate, it's a destroy, and it clears up. So what that means is, you could potentially play it in like a Nimrod shell. Like the ones we usually see right now, Nimrod, Symbiote, Wolverine, stuff like that. What I like to do, and once we are done with this podcast, I'll promise you guys, I'm gonna buy this card, I'll be away. I'm gonna play this shit a lot. But what I wanna do is getting shit cards with strong on reveals and play them with Zombie Captain Marvel and Fire Hair. So, what are you thinking about? Like, I'll ask you two guys. What is like a good on reveal on a shit card?
Cassandra, no.
As an example.
Probably the hood, just some basic cards. I think of the hood, I think of Sage, just those cards.
Yeah, stuff like that. You could play the deck I just played before the podcast was a Firelord deck because Chad just played that a lot.
Wait.
Yeah,
it's the world's first Firelord play.
No, that's Jed. I'm just following his ideas. But where you can play like stuff where you revive is also a thing where you can use that. But I think even more different. I think about White Tiger. Because you destroy, you proc, you fill locations which usually are not reachable for you. And your 5-1 suddenly turns into a 5-9, and then you have Fire Hair, and then you get another Tiger, and then you get the +3 from your 1 power cards. And this is like, you can spiral into really, really nasty things. Because I believe...
Is White Tiger enough points like nowadays in today's meta? I'm just not sure.
We don't know, but that's the fun of it. You just have to get creative. I have a deck which is called Tiger and Demons, where you run Firehair with White Tiger, Patriots, Prodigy, Hoods, and Kadomeka. And Misery, of course.
Oh yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, of course. But like, what I see is if you have a deck which heavily relies on getting the Misery trigger off, you now have a second card who does the same. So you are not like all in on this one combo piece, but you can say, hey, I'll just play my Captain Marvel if I don't draw my Misery. Put a Zabo in the deck. Now you have two targets who can be a 3/9 or 3 whatever. Think about it that way.
13. It depends on like if you're filling the location with
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't even need to fill it, but like you get a proc off, you get a movement. I think this is a really, really cool card. And I think it has the same issue which Firehair has, that it's not having everything yet, but it will only get better with time, the more cards will get released. And eventually you will print that one card where you have that one synergy nobody thought about, and then you play it. And then it's suddenly rank 1 something, game list. Put the logo in here, you got that. Right? So yeah.
We've said this like similar things about cards before. Remember, like 2-0 Grandmaster, everyone was like, "Oh, it's gonna get better with time." It's gonna get better
and he did. He got
but
like one
it bumped
OTA.
into 2-3.
Yeah, of course. Like he was underplayed, but then we got more cards who get more out of it and a buff. Same could happen for her.
Yeah.
You know, I was coming from this from a different perspective. What I thought like the main use case would be like in Dormammu, because Dormammu is running Bucky Barnes, like Uncle Ben's, like those cards, like the less used destroy cards that like get destroyed and then put something else in place, right? Just so that something's in the destroy pile. And I thought something like that would be Zombie Captain Marvel's
I think that who was it? Kane Best also does like a podcast with some people sometimes, and I think he had Bud on his last.
He had Bud on,
podcast,
yes.
where he talked about Captain Marvel. Yeah, and I think he also mentioned that Bucky Barnes and Dormammu is like the thing to do. So I'll give him that. If he does that, good. Go for it, man. I'm cheering for you. I'll stay on the fire here. I want to do that. I think that would be cool.
I think that like I agree with that. Like it looks really cool. I agree that this sounds like something that would work really well. The issue I'm having with it is that you're spending your entire turn 4 instead of playing cards like Sage instead of Cassandra Nova. You're spending your turn 4 on this card. Like this is you need to play this on 4, or if you play it on 5, it's too late at that point. Because at turn 5 you're gonna play something else. Usually.
Better than a Tuma though.
The thing is
100% better than a Tuma.
We don't have 5 cost activates, and that's the reason why. Like 4 is the upper limit. You don't go higher than that.
Oh no, yeah.
But now that I'm thinking about it, this is an activate, right?
Yeah.
Why did nobody try that with Jocasta?
Well, no.
I don't think you work in Jocasta.
You put Jocasta on a lane where you're losing. And then you activate her, and she flies over to Jocasta, and you do it again.
Wait, no. If Jocasta activates, no, I don't think
she's on 420, like 422.
I know how that works. You play Jocasta left location, okay, with some stuff, and then you play Captain Marvel on the right location with 1 or 2 things, and she flies from right to the left. And that's her activate.
What if you're also losing mid? Like, it's a
then it's a skill issue, you should leave. If you lose all 3 locations, just get the fuck out of the game. Then it's over, then it's done. But you wanna think about it that way. If you can get this done, this is like hyper coping, by the way. This is like Fury.
Oh, no. This is not hyper coping. This is next level. Like you're beyond the cope stage. Now you're into like garbage or something.
That's me, baby. That's me. I love to do that. But think about how cool that would look. You put Jocasta left, you put Marvel right. She flies from the right to the left.
And then she flies back to the right.
She flies again. Yeah, you could do that because she gets like so much power. I'll make that happen. Watch my words. I will make it happen today.
Angel.
Bet on that.
Angel.
I mean,
2
I
words.
have no doubt you can make it happen. Whether or not
Yes.
you will win the game is
2
We never
words.
talked about
2 words. Shadow King.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
I don't
Yes,
know.
of course I am.
Place that guy.
I am.
You think? Okay. You think Shadow King will be a problem? I give this
Yeah.
guy like 2 weeks and he's back. Like 2 weeks and he's gone again because Shadow King only sees play right now because we got Horde buffs, and once next season comes in, Horde is not a thing anymore because they will not make more Horde
Yeah, everyone's
cards
gonna be playing Move.
until next year when
Oh,
it's
man.
Halloween again. So people don't care about it anymore, and therefore we don't have to care about this guy. So I don't care.
Man.
One final thing, before we move on, one final thing I'll say is that +3, as like almost every card that has ever had +3 has proven itself to be too good.
True. Elsa, Surfer, what else we had? What
Galacta?
was it? Galacta, yeah.
Sparky.
That's
Sparky right now is crazy. I can't believe that
God, I
wasn't
hate
touching
that
this.
dog. I hate that dog so much. Move is so broken. Nobody can tell me that Move is not broken.
And it's just gonna get better. It's just gonna get better with time because next season is move season. Yes, I love this game. They're buffing the best archetype. Whatever.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Okay. Shall we move on to the next guy?
Yeah, probably.
Maria, how about you take this one?
Zombie Galacti. Okay. The meme card of the season. Zombie Galacti is a 7/4. Start of the game. Choose six other cards in your deck. On reveal, transform those cards into copies of this. Do I even really need to explain why this is a meme card? Like, I can't even picture. How would you play this? I guess you need like a hyper buff deck. Like I saw like a bunch of ideas of like you can play him in Khonshu, you could have a lot of fun with Khonshu, but at the same time, like I like okay, 7/12, but at the same time you need to get all 6 of the cards that are Zombie Galacti on the field, number 1. Number 2, you need to be a high rolling with Khonshu consistently to get that off. And number 3, I just like Khonshu is not a good card right now. Like it's stopped by Stardust, you know? And like this entire card is just like it's a meme card. Like there's zero reason that you would run this outside of a meme. There's no reason. There's no reason. It is a -1 rock. Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think, someone?
Angels.
Oh, Angel. Yeah, Angel.
Okay, so the thing is, I wrote balanced only because I don't want to be too negative. I don't think he's like, I don't think he's that good, but I see potential. I don't know what the potential is, but I feel like there's somebody out there who's like, oh, I'm gonna cook the real shit out of this world, which nobody will expect, and because nobody plays around that, I think this is like, remember, not Dateman, but like released Hulkling. Everybody saw that card and was like, that's a meme. You can't play that shit. That's so bad. That's so unplayable.
I mean, I don't know. There were some people who were like high on it, but
Yeah, me. I love all the bad cards. I don't know, man. It's just my thing, I guess. But no, I feel like if you find a chance to play around this effect consistently, this is a card which will steal cubes.
Oh, no,
Not
100%.
win games, but steal cubes. And this is, for me personally, more important than anything. And I think
I agree.
the negative guy in the room would maybe agree that getting more cubes is more important than getting more things.
yeah.
So anyway,
I am familiar with getting more bang out of your buck, so to speak, when it comes to decks. And while I do think this card is ultimately gonna be kind of bad, I'm very excited for Zombie Galacti, Mr. Negative.
No, I knew it was coming. I was like, he's gonna say Zombie Galacti negative, isn't he?
I think this could work in an old school version of Mr. Negative when
Oh.
if you're playing Wong, White Tiger, Ironheart, all these small bodies that that where their effect is their main appeal, and then you play Zombie Galacti at the end, and suddenly your Mr. Negative is 4/7. It's a 7 power. Suddenly
Oh.
your Ironheart is 7 power. Suddenly your Wong is 7 power. Suddenly it's like,
No.
oh, out of nowhere.
I'm
Maybe
surrounded
not
by
really.
copium.
It's your Iron Man, but you play Zombie Galacti before you play your Iron Man. Like you can order this, like
Oh
Yeah,
you can
man.
order it in such a way where like it doesn't affect the cards you want to
Oh,
keep. Like
wait, that is a good question. Does it transform them in hand? Do they just turn into a copy of this in hand, or do they have to be in play?
huh?
it
Well, I
only
assume they
says
have to be in play.
transform those cards into copies of this.
It isn't
It never
specifying
says it's
on in
limited to the
play.
board.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So Mr.
It's
Negative might
not.
not be working anymore because it might
Okay,
turn
whoa,
your
whoa,
your,
whoa, whoa.
your 5-0
Well,
Iron Man.
I'll just trust it to never hit Iron Man
Oh.
and to never hit Gore. It'll always dodge those.
Yo.
No,
Okay,
you
wait.
don't get
If
me. You know.
if you want to raise the copium states, why not just play bad cards with bad effects and nightmare that on top of that?
Oh.
Because if you have your zombie Galacti and he doesn't do what you want him to do, just roll his effect. Okay, let's go. I'm sorry. I can't even
believe I
talk with
heard
about this.
nightmare.
Let us go.
I can't even hear. I believe I just heard Zombie Galacti Nightmare in the podcast. I cannot
Okay,
believe it
okay.
just happened.
Like
Zombie
the
Galacti
negative,
Nightmare
the
and
negative
Nightmare?
idea I can see because you get like a 4 cost 7 power card. I like that. That's a cool idea.
Is it,
But yeah.
I don't even know how that's gonna work. To be honest.
Negative Galactia or what? Because I could see that happen. I like the idea. I think you're onto something.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably one of the only ways you're gonna be able to play this card because realistically I don't see like a real deck. No one could play ramp plus hand buff to play this. Like it's
I
always
mean-
gonna be a way to cheat him out, right?
You know what I'm just
I
realizing?
mean,
We don't have a single card which creates like an exact copy of the card you have. Like Mr. Sinister creates a Sinister clone. Scarlet Spider creates a clone. Brood creates Brood Links. If we get a single card who is like a Brood, but 3 times the same, and you have a Galacti, you get 3 times the same. You know what I'm saying?
Would that
We don't
work?
have that.
I don't know.
We don't-
I don't know if the property of being chosen is gonna apply to those exact copies. I don't know if
I agree. Yeah, I think it's like the main card is afflicted with a condition, and then cards that are created from it aren't like exact copies. It's just like copies of what its base power is. You know, like Broodling says set the
Yeah.
power. You know, so I don't know if it's
That's
exact
what I
copy.
mean.
Yeah.
We
I think
don't
that's a
have
good
an exact
point.
copy card yet.
well, maybe more. Like I mean, it copies your opponent. So what if
Morph works for
what
you.
sort of game
more
doesn't
copies a
work?
card that was chosen by Zombie Galacta by your opponent's
Oh,
Zombie Galacta,
man.
and you have your own Zombie Galacta? Will morph transform?
Okay, I can tell you the answer to this. This will never happen because we need to find 2 people who both play Morph and Zombie Galacta, and that never happens. So we can cut this out.
I
This
cannot
card is a meme.
believe
I
on
accept it.
a competitive podcast we're talking about Morph Zombie
This is a
Galacta.
competitive podcast. Come on, bro. We're not that competitive.
Well, no, but like a competitive minded podcast. We're talking about Morph Zombie Galacti.
I like
Oh
to think
my.
of it
The
fun, you know?
thing about competitiveness is to think about all the things. That
Oh,
makes
yeah.
it competitive.
I mean, you never know. Maybe I should start playing Morph in Mr. Negative.
No,
Maybe you shouldn't.
no, stop.
Maybe I should do that for Golden Gauntlet. It'll be a medical because I know all of the cards my opponents are playing are going to be good in Golden Gauntlet.
You're just gonna Juggernaut and win a
We-
lane,
we-
dude. That's insane.
Maybe we should move to the next slide.
Probably. Yeah, we should stop. We should pull ourselves back here. I agree.
So we did this last week, but you did it too early. Grand Arena isn't until next week.
Oh,
We did do it a little early.
well, we
Okay,
are
but-
currently
but-
at Zombie Sentry. No?
Is it next week?
we already like kind of did it, but we can do it again. We can do it again.
We're gonna do it again. Yeah.
to add on to it.
So yeah, Zombie Sentry, 3/4 with the on-reveal effect, hold +1 for each of your cards in the right location. I guess he's alright. Like, I could see him doing some cool stuff. It's like, when you play Horde anyways, you're gonna clock yourself in a specific location, where you have like your Zombie Scarlet Witch, and then your Kitty Pride, and then your spells, and yada yada yada. So you could fill this with like spells, and small drops, and then just play Zombie Sentry on top of that, somewhere else, get a big bonus. I think he's cool. I think he's good. For Horde specifically. I don't think anywhere else he would go. Like, he's not a Mr. Fantastic zombie guy, where you say, oh, this is like a good card, but you don't play him in Horde, but somewhere else. And I think this is like what zombie Mr. Fantastic wants to be, where you say, okay, he's like the one you play for the Horde. Like, he's the guy to push, basically. So I think in this specific archetype, he's really strong, which is why I gave him the rock. And I think they need a really strong card in Horde. Because, as I mentioned before, Horde will not get any love anytime soon. Like, you won't print, like, another Horde card in
Until like next
February
October.
or, like, March. That doesn't happen. They will wait till next Halloween is up to print more cards for that. And that's 1 year. An archetype who doesn't get love for 1 year is a lot. And trust me, I know what I'm talking about. So, please, move on.
You can already tell. Okay. Well, I'm kind of surprised by your one rock here. I don't think it's that good. I mean, I think it's fine. I think it's like I agree with you, like the sentiment that this is like it's a decent card in the Horde archetype. You have control over exactly how much Horde it gives you, right? You can build the right location. You can put like a Kitty Pride in there. You can put the Hunger unrevealed, right? So like it doesn't necessarily have to clog you, right, by doing this. And it's not like you think at its max it's a 3/8, but it's not really a 3/8 because buffing your Horde also buffs your Giant Man, right? So it gets extra value that
312,
way.
yeah.
So it's like a 3/12, right? And like a 3/12 is pretty good. You would play a 3/12. Like, I mean, what's a little awkwardness about clogging yourself? I don't think it's like the greatest thing ever because Horde is like the whole archetype isn't the greatest thing ever, but it's decent. I think it's fine. I genuinely don't know why Mario has such a problem with this card.
No,
You hear it.
I said it last week. I'll say it again. I don't think this is a good card. I don't think this is a card even worth running in a Horde sometimes. I think this card, even in its own archetype, is like a. It's like if you don't have Mr. Fantastic, you might as well run this. You know, it's like it's just like the fact that you're saying like you can play a bunch of small ball stuff in the right lane, but at the same time that requires energy to play it. You know, you need to have the energy to play stuff on the right. You know, you need the energy to play Kitty Pride and a couple spells on the right. You know, and like sometimes the right lane isn't a lane you want to be playing into. Sometimes the right lane is a location that like Sanctum Sanctorum where you can't play. You know, there's Baratham names that spawn up right. You know, like I just don't think like especially with the location variety we have in this game. And like what it's requiring you to do, which is having stuff right, and you might already have a zombie scrambler set up in the left lane, and you can't commit to the right. Like I could see this card being just a base 3/4 that you just have in your hand because you can't proc it, you know, because you have a very like especially when you're playing zombies, you have a very strict curve out normally. You know, zombie scrambler on 3. Sometimes you play Prodigy plus Kitty Pride plus Prodigy on 4, and then on 5 you're doing Giant Man, on 6 you're doing Absorbing Man. You know, there's not usually space to play Zombie Sentry. You know, even in a time where you might be running ramp, you know? So that's why I'm like a little off on this card. I'm like, I just don't. I think this is a worse Mr. Fantastic, and I don't think this is a card that's worth running in the archetype. Yeah, I think this is probably a -2 rocks if I had to revise my
That's
for a live
crazy.
revision. A live revision. I don't think this card is even worth running. Nuh-uh.
That would be like completely unplayable, bro. No.
I just don't think. I don't think it's a playable card. I don't think it is. I don't think even in its own archetype it's playable. Personally,
I don't think. How is this worse than Zombie Mr. Fantastic? This
it is like Zombie Mr. Fantastic is a guaranteed 2, and this card is sometimes not even gonna give you 2. Like and it's one more cost. Like I'm sorry, I do not see this card being good.
Over it. I mean, Zombie Mr. Fantastic asks so much of you to try to like maximize its output. Like it's usually just like.
I mean, not usually. I mean, you're if you're running a Horde, you're usually running Kate Bishop, which is automatically 2 more created cards, which is automatically +3 on him, which means that he's not a 3/2. He's a 3/5, 7, 9. He's a 3/9 if you have Giant Man in the deck.
Fun fact, I never played Kate Bishop in one of my Horde decks so far.
Really?
No, I don't need it. I have other
you-
options. I also don't play Prodigy as an example. I think that's way too greedy.
I love Prodigy. I think Prodigy is the most is like one of the most I think the most underrated card in the game personally. But we can get into that at a different time.
That I agree. That I agree happily. Like Prodigy is a banger card. That's an awesome card. People should play that card more. But for Horde, I think the best card for Horde stays Merlin. Like straight up. Since the buff from Zombie Scarlet Witch to 3/4, Merlin is the best card in Horde. Because you can throw any spell in that and just get so much synergy out of it. And if you do all that in the right location, you get a really good Zombies entry, by the way.
Yeah, but there comes my thing. You might not be playing in the right location. You know, it could be like you set up a Zombie Scarlet Witch in the left lane, and then the right lane, like your Horde isn't even there. I just like I cannot see this card being viable or good in its own archetype. That's the thing I have with it.
You know that you want to be playing to the right location, so obviously
but like sometimes you don't want to be playing it to underviewed locations because it could turn into a really bad location for you.
It's like how Scarlet Witch can something omniversal presence it can screw you over, but like most of the time it doesn't. That's why it's good.
Yeah.
I still can't see it. I just don't see it.
I think from our rock scale initiative, from me +1, Mario -1, and someone clear balance, I think a clear straight line is like a good call out for this. It could go incredibly horrible, it could go incredibly well. I think if we just say, it's okay, it's alright.
Meh.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Time will tell.
Exactly. Time will tell. Time will tell that I'm right.
It to be like the most broken card of all time.
God damn it!
There's like 5 rocks. It's somehow like the greatest card I'd ever.
So I was wrong. Last season I was very off on Jocasta. Last season I said Jocasta was balanced. She's not balanced. I think she's the second best card of that season. So I was off on Jocasta. I will freely admit that. I do not think that this is the next Jocasta. I don't think she is. I don't think this card is. I cannot like in my right mind say this is a good card. I cannot.
Well, I mean, yeah. Time will tell. We'll see.
Time will tell.
We'll check back with you guys in like 1 or 2 weeks when we actually have the card.
Yeah.
So, next on our topic, speaking of that card, the way you acquire it is through Grand Arena. Grand Arena is making its grand return, I guess you could say. It's coming back, and we know almost nothing because we're recording this way too early.
Just a little bit.
Anyone. But so here's the information we know so far. We know that there's going to be new champions, and we know that 4 of them are Ghost Spider, Magneto, Thor, and Hulk. We have no idea what they do. We know that the Gold Pass is going to come back. It's going to be 800 gold, so it's less than before. Before it was 1200, so now it's 800. And we know that this event is running from October 27th through November 3rd. So, what do you guys think the new champions' skill is going to be?
Okay. Do I take the lead? Do you have ideas?
So I guess we can try and alternate, you know. So someone could start with Ghost Spider, then someone do Magneto, then Thor, then Hulk, and then we can all like come together and do Hulk together, you know. So I guess we can do like a bit of a draft, you know. So each of us can pick someone that we wanna like do a skill on, and then like we can come together for the last one, you know.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You know what? I'll start. You can tell, guys, we didn't actually plan this.
No, not at all.
Yeah, super plans. I didn't even know Grand Arena comes back. By the way, very informed here. I did not know. I had no clue. I hate to spoil myself with things because I love to like wait and just see. Oh, that's a new thing. Cool. I look forward to that. I hate to spoil myself. Well, I have to do sometimes.
Spoilers here, I think.
I mean,
it's not really spoilers.
Much from this.
I get spoiled all the time as a moderator. Like I have to know some things in advance to handle things when they happen. Like patch notes, as an example, OTAs. Sometimes I know these beforehand, but only sometimes. So yeah, that happens. But yeah, go ahead. What is your first call?
For Ghost Spider. There's no way something like this isn't going to be like completely degenerate, right?
Oh no, 100%.
It's gonna be like The
Give him
skill
the
is
last
gonna
card
be
that moved +5 power and move it back.
Oh
Oh
my
hell no! But what level of
It's gonna,
stupidity are we thinking about? Like Herbie level of stupid, or like
I think it's
Mole
gonna
Man
be
level
like
of
Herbie.
stupid?
Herbie.
I think it's gonna be like Carnage. It's gonna be like move it to another location and re-trigger its effect again. Like the last. I think
Okay.
that's probably what they're gonna do, right? Like, it's gonna be like
Okay,
the
but
maximum.
why are we not all just guessing on each card?
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we should do that. We should just do that. Yeah, it's better.
YouTube time anyways, guys. Let's do that. Okay.
Yeah, we have all the time anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. So I go with that idea, but a bit different. Where it's like you have the Ghost Spider effect, and it's like you have Ghost Spider on the left location, and you play the skill in the middle, and then she just moves there and triggers like each move card once. So it's like when you go from left to middle, it's like triggers, and then your Human Torch in the middle goes to the location where she was before. And that with every card. I could see that happen, which is a supportive skill.
How would you write that out in 3 lines of text, remember? Because everything has to fit in 3 lines of text with Marvel.
On reveal, move Ghost Spider to this location. Every card in this location moves to the previous location.
Oh, so swap locations, you mean? Ooh, that's a cool
There's
card.
no way that isn't like the most broken thing.
Oh
ever.
no, 100%.
Put a high cost on it and you're Gucci.
But
Why not?
okay.
Like you have Ghost Spider as 1 cost, make her skill cost way more.
Yeah.
So you have like cheap drop and then a high skill.
How much? Would
Yeah,
that
3.
be?
Like a 3 cost. A 3
3,
cost.
4,
You know?
3, 4, maybe 5 even. Like
Imagine
imagine your last turn play with a 5 cost skill and a 1 cost Ghost Spider, where you just play her and then the skill.
No,
and
it's
then
not even
boom,
last turn,
explosion.
because you start with 2 energy, right? You can do that on turn 5.
You good?
You start
So
with
yeah, I'll say 4, 5. If you give her that effect, yeah, sure, why not?
that's
Oh
very
man.
interesting. I'm very interested in knowing how they plan to do this and then not make this completely like insane.
Yes.
You'll never
Like, the
know.
move is already like on a knife's edge of being like just right on the edge of being broken.
The
Like,
broken,
It's like,
yeah.
It's
right
like
there,
a bit like move bounce at the beginning, where we know that it's broken, but nobody plays it. And
Yeah,
therefore we don't do anything.
almost like that.
It's like, yeah, there are these 5 guys in Top Infinite who literally sold their soul to the move gods and just play that shit whenever they need to climb, and everybody hates them, but we have to accept that they are there.
It's like it's also move is like such a it's such a time investment to like learn how to play properly. It's so many like
There are a lot of lines you can do, yeah.
it's crazy. Move is why its inherent difficulty I think is the only thing keeping it from being like every.
The best, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only reason people aren't playing move like they play destroy is because move is just way harder to play than
Oh,
Destroy.
100%. Yeah.
But also the thing is that I don't mind that very hard to invest archetype, like from the learning curve, gives you more outs. Because look at Bounce. Tell me 3 Bounce mains. Does Doc Whopper has 3 names? I don't know, man.
It's just Doc
Like,
Waffle.
it's only it's Doc and like maybe 1, 2 other people who are less active, but they crush it. Because Bounce is a very invested archetype. You need to learn a lot about it to get a lot out of it.
Gotta be real, facing Doc Wapo every time, like
It's
even
scary. He is
playing
super
Mr.
scary.
Negative, I have the natural advantage against him.
Yeah.
Every time I'm still like, oh my god, what did he do this time? What did is he gonna somehow like pull some random BS out of, to win against me? Like that's how scary Doc Wapo
And
is.
that is confidence, and I love that. I
Yeah.
love confident people on their archetypes.
Yeah.
So yeah, Marty, do you have anything to add to Ghost Spider?
Okay, so you guys are saying like these, so I have like a skill in my mind, I guess. So how do I explain this? It's like the issue I'm finding with this thing is that any kind of decent skill you give, this will absolutely break move, and that's the only thing you'll see in this game mode. Let's be real. The only thing you will see in this game mode, if Ghost Spider's ability is even slightly good, is move. Like because it's like you're just giving them another move enabler. It's like. Oh my gosh. I guess one of them could be give the highest power card here +2 power and move it to and move it to the middle location. I guess that is something I can see working.
But does it
Maybe.
tie in with Ghost Spider? You know, all the skills like they're supposed to tie in with their champions.
Okay, well then how about
Somewhat.
plus 2 power and then move it to Ghost Spider's location?
Oh yeah, I could see that. That seems like a real thing that could happen. Like it all depends on how creative they want to get.
Yeah. But I have to do that. But now, after we talked about Ghost Spider, who pulls stuff towards herself, we have Magneto next, who usually pulls stuff away. So, what do we think about Magneto?
I had an idea just now. I thought his skill could be like move another card here, summon Magneto.
Summon. I summon you, Magneto. It's like a Dormammu thing. It's just like his face appears and slams down.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I think about Magneto is like, this guy's a 6-drop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's a big chunky boy. And you usually play your skills either like completely outside of it, like Fantastic was like, you just played that skill turn 1. It was like just, enable the deck, not the card. I think Magneto could be similar to that. I think he's like just a skill you can play at the start to enable your deck being stronger.
Huh. What kind of skill would it be?
Now that's a question, because I have no fucking idea.
Like,
I just have like cool ideas in my head.
every time your opponent's card moves, Magneto gets +2 power or something.
Yeah, maybe like an electric field where it's like, oh yeah, we have Ghost Spider who's way too busted. Let's just do the counter. Let's just do a Magneto.
Oh yeah,
like,
actually, you know
like
what? Maybe that's how they're planning to balance it, right? The Ghost Spider
Magneto.
skills like busted, but then you just have Magneto's like, oh, you moved 3 cards, thanks. I have 50 million power.
I just have a big ass guy that's gonna come down on turn 6.
The world's biggest Magneto.
Okay, I have an
Like
idea, I
that.
guess. Mine would be like it's a 2-cost spell and the text says on review afflicts all enemy 3 and 4 costs with -2. With -2 power.
I mean, does that even tie in with Magneto though? Like,
But it does because Magneto moves 3 and 4 costs.
okay, but like,
yeah, but like, does it affect him as a character? Is it like,
No, not really.
yeah, we know Magneto, the
You
guy
know-
from
you know
X-Men
they-
who affects 3 and 4 cost cards? I don't know.
you know,
I could-
they want to make this like thematic as
Yeah.
possible, right?
Probably.
So what I still think that's like something where you buff your own cards, where it's like you protect them with something, give them like a magnetic fierce fold. I don't know, something like that maybe. Where it's like you apply your cards and they get like, maybe they get just like a little power up if they get combined with each other. If you play like one card and other cards, and they're connected to each other, and every card is like connected to each other because of the Magneto
Like
skill.
magnetism sort of stuff. Like,
Yeah, something like that. Where you like imagine like just a 1-cost spell or a 2-cost spell, which is like buffing your cards if they are like in position with each other. Where you maybe play like 6 big cards, which are all in the first row, like 2 left, 2 mid, 2 right. And then you have like this magnetic field where they all get buffed. Something like that maybe. That would be cool.
That seems insanely
Yeah.
complicated, but that sounds really fun. I would actually probably play that card.
It's like not like a deck restriction, but like a card placement restriction. And I think that's cool. It's
that would be
a bit
interesting.
unique. Yeah.
I really hope that Magneto isn't just like Scream, but like on steroids. Like, that would be terrible.
I hate Scream. I hate Scream with a
I don't
passion.
need that. That would be boring as heck.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I just really hope it isn't. Thor. How do you guys think they're gonna make Thor interesting?
I got one. I knew about this one like immediately. It's like
Okay,
move.
send it.
So move. What's his hammer called again? I'm blanking.
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir. I'm sorry. I'm terrible with names. Move Mjolnir here. Move Mjolnir to this location.
Mjolnir?
Move me. I'm sorry. I
Camera
can't.
this way.
I can't speak for you. Move Mjolnir to this location.
Yes. Then move Mjolnir to this location. Have Thor. I just don't know how you would phrase this. So it's move Mjolnir to this location, and then have Thor follow him and reproc Mjolnir, and then Thor can move next turn.
That's a very complicated effect, huh?
I know. So
I
actually, here,
guess
wait. Move Thor. Move Thor to Mjolnir's location, then Thor can move next turn.
it kind of makes sense. You know, Thor like swings his hammer and like he
Hmm
flies around. That that
hmm
that
But
actually.
usually it's more like that he throws the hammer and then
hmm
screams "Mjolnir to me," and it comes back. So
Yeah.
this is
But
So
okay,
move
Mario.
Mjolnir to
Let me
his
take your
location.
idea.
Yeah. hmm
Wait, Mario. Let me grab your idea and make it way cooler.
Oh, come on. My idea is cool already, so I don't
Watch
know.
me, watch me, watch me do
Watch
it.
me.
Skill on reveal. You can only play this on Mjolnir. Throw to the opposite side of the location and afflict every card with -1 power. Next turn comes back and reprocs.
Oh.
So move this
Because
card
you
to the. So
throw
move
it and
this
then it's
card
like
to the right lane.
the
To the
opposite
opposite
side of your
location.
location.
Yeah. Afflict
Yeah,
all enemy
like you play
cards
it
of
middle
negative
and
1
it
power and
moves
then
to
move it back. Okay, that makes sense.
exactly, and then it reprocs.
Oh no, and then you could say then more and then this card can and
Then
then
it
Mjolnir can
reprocs.
move
Then it
next turn.
just
Because
no,
that's the
it
easy way
just
to phrase it.
it just procs again. It
Yeah.
just procs again. It's
Mhm.
just like you throw it, it afflicts with like a thunder strike or something. It comes back and buffs him again because
I
then he
like that.
strikes. You know.
That
Yeah,
actually
Like,
sounds fun. Yeah.
That sounds very interesting. My idea is
Mm.
much less interesting than that. I just thought of like I just thought of the most generic thing possible, and like the first thing that came into my head is like give all hammers plus like 4 power or something.
Or
I mean,
draw
that's
or
also
draw
cool.
all
Like
hammers from your
it's
deck.
No, but that's literally like Jane Foster.
that's Jane Foster. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
that's true. I'm kind of throwing.
That's
No, but
also
like,
my first thought, but then I was like, no, that's already a card. They already did that.
why not? I like your idea. Like sometimes you need generic and simple effects for the people, and just have a hammer buff stack where the hammers are also buffed. Why
Yeah.
not? We
I
have a
think,
strong
like,
Stormbreaker. Why not give a strong Mjolnir?
Yeah, I feel like a second dinner really wants to move into that sort of direction instead of like doing whatever we do with hammers, like destroy them, reproc them, like all the little like crazy stuff we do with hammers. Like they want to move us into a direction. I was like, no, play the hammer fair, play the hammer, just play it and keep it there. And it's like,
Yeah, play
you
fair
don't
and
want
square.
anything
Like,
anything
yeah.
complicated with the hammer. I mean, like, I don't know. I genuinely, this is like a weird pick for me. I'm like, why did they pick Thor? Like, it's.
I
I
can
mean,
tell you.
he is like he is like a very
He's
popular character.
very popular, very known, and many people in the past who played had one point where like, man, I want to play a 4 deck. Like me for myself, when I got 4 for the first time, I was so hyped about that card.
Yeah.
Like, man, I played like this guy with his hammer and I can proc it and it goes like big and the thunder strike on him, like that's so cool, man.
Well, that's
That
not
caught me.
crazy though. Yeah, it is like
Yeah,
you
like
don't see plus
like
6.
back in the day when I started playing, that was like when that was
In the
back
day.
when we had like Spider-Man and Absman as a combo to win
the-
Alive,
like-
that stuff. Yeah, or like old leader where it's like, oh yeah, you play leader on turn 6 as a finisher and you can't do anything against it because he's so strong. That were my times. Where Devil Dine was like a legit 5-cost threat. Because we don't had other 5-cost threats. Man,
Yeah.
good times.
Good times.
Yeah,
Man.
really.
I mean, it's good times in the sense that like
Of nostalgia. Like
and
mostly.
nostalgia
It's like-
because I feel like the balance was way more whack back then.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
definitely. People like things were more laid back, things were more simple back then because people really don't care about it enough. We had no competitive
yeah.
scene in that sense. It was just people play wacky decks and have fun with their favorite characters. And that's a thing with every card game, I think, or like every game in general, which can grow a competitive scene. The longer the game goes, the more competitiveness gets into it, which often turns the game into a worse state when it was prior.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I'd call it right now worse than where we were 1
Can.
year ago.
Not that it is, but it can be for people.
Yeah.
Like some people see that and be like, I just want to play wacky decks in heavy, like high voltage.
Oh yeah.
And I'd be like, sure, do that, but that's not
Except
for
they
me.
banned all the like all the
Yeah,
This is
I'm
also
done.
like a competitive thing again, right? You have to ban the competitive best cards so other people can play other stuff, which then rules new meta, and then rinse and repeat.
Oh man.
So yeah.
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 I mean, Thor, if Thor fans are rejoicing, hopefully. Unless Thor's skill is also like that's really bad. We'll see.
Well,
Yeah.
Hulk.
Hulk, yes. So we're very excited. Hulk is the next hero, I guess, the champion in Grand Arena. Hulk, the most basic 6 cost in the game. It is literally the vanilla for 6 costs. So the Hulk is a 6/12. My first thought when I saw this, when I saw he was gonna be champion, was like, okay, you have something along the lines of his skills called Hulk Smash. It is a 2 cost spell, and it says every single 10 power, every single 10 or more power card on your side gets +3 power. It's a very simple card. It does what you want him to do, which is big cards. It fits this thing, which is big things, and it is what it is. It is just big cards. So what do you guys think? Yes.
I honestly, I feel like they're gonna do like high evo with this. There's no way they don't do high evo. They're not gonna like let you play like normal base Hulk. No, there's no way. Like the pre-constructed deck is gonna be high evo for sure. Right?
Oh,
like,
I hope so.
Are we like? Am I crazy? Like, there's no way they would just give. There's no way they would make a deck with just like normal basic Thor. Come on, I mean Hulk. Like I don't see that happening. But one thing you actually said, like I do think the skill has a high chance of being called Hulk Smash. Now that I think about it, that makes a lot of sense. But I don't know if it'll do the effect that you said. I feel like Hulk Smash is gonna be like destroy an enemy card in Hulk location with less power than Hulk or something.
So the thing first steps.
Basically, the thing first steps.
Like it's an on reveal. You can choose.
Okay, so I have 2 ideas again, and I went a bit too creative again. The one thing I like is we know that usually you have pre-made decks for these kind of characters, right?
Yeah, all of them have pre-made decks, according to
Exactly. So I hope that it stays, by the way, that it's like limited to that. But we can discuss that in a minute. What I think about when I hear Hulk is like the Hulkling family, like Scar, Emperor Hulkling, I guess, Red Hulk, She-Hulk, and the Hulk.
Is it gonna be Hulk tribal?
Yeah, like a Hulk. I don't know, man. Like you have a few Hulks in the game. So
Daddy
why not
Frost.
make a spell?
Ooh.
Why not make a spell which works around these characters instead of one of those?
What would it
It's
be
like
all Hulks get like
+6 power.
each card with Hulk in the name gets -1 cost, so you can dump.
Gets -1 cost and +2 power.
that seems
Maybe.
crazy.
Because it
Because
isn't
then
too
you can,
broken
like-
to give them the +2 power.
Well, I
Because
guess they're
let's
all, like,
remember there
very
are Hulks.
expensive to begin with, so I don't know
Yeah.
how many.
You have to think about it that way. You have Scar and She-Hulk who both have inbuilt cost reduction already, so you could do like a Hulkling dumpling.
Hulkling dumpling.
So it's
Oh
gonna
my
be like
gosh.
a really heavy like.
Yes, I just said that.
I cannot believe you said
Frost?
Hulkling dumpling. Yeah, I mean,
I
Ross
said
would do
Hulkling
that.
dumpling, and I would say it again.
Say it again. No regrets.
No regret whatsoever. This
You in this game mode, you can just do like She-Hulk Infinite. Like you can just skip turn 5 and do that turn 6, right? Like
don't tell a Pixie. He would craft some diabolical shit, by the way.
Oh, he
Warlock,
definitely
you
would.
could be playing Warlock still.
Mobius, my king.
While we are on it, hi Pixie, nice to see you. I hope you see this. I have to greet him. He's a good guy, and he was here last time. So from one trick to one trick, best of. Only love to that man. He's a good guy.
Oh man, yeah. No,
That's good,
we're becoming the one trick podcast. Honestly,
Basically.
Hey, that sounds cool. Get Doc in next.
Yes.
I mean-
Yes. Get Doc on here,
That's not a bad
please.
idea.
So I had another idea, which is a bit more generic, but still like I think cool. Where it's like I take the Hulk Smash idea from Mario, but instead of making it a spell you can only cast once, why not make it cast multiple times? So you cast it, and then next turn you get it again with I guess one more cost or equal cost, and the effect is stackable. So each turn you can Hulk smash harder, Hulk smash even harder, and then you just keep smashing. And I don't know what you
Like,
smash.
it's really expensive, really fast.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but that's
probably.
like the cool thing behind it, where you like each time you cast that, you get
Mobius.
like +2
Mobius.
on your cards, as example.
If it
Something like
regenerates
that.
with
I don't
plus
know.
one cost, and you have Mobius in the deck, then Mobius just that can't be a
I mean,
thing. It
I feel
has to
like
regenerate with
Mobius
like a
also
white
like
number.
it's a little bit awkward with curves, and I don't know. Like Mobius
Yeah,
isn't the answer to everything,
It
right?
can
he is
also be
though.
like just a straight up 2-cost spell, which you can cast every turn and has just a very simple effect, like +2 to each hulk in your hand. Simple. Very simple for a very simple card.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
could work.
that seems like Hulk and Thor like both seem like the simple champions,
Yeah.
like quote unquote. Like I would be surprised if it was something like particularly complicated. But okay, now that we've gone through all the list of the new champions, I have a question for you. So these champions are going to be replacing previous champions, and assuming everything else to say is the same, which champions are getting replaced?
All of
Oh
them.
man.
I would assume all of them get
Moment
replaced.
definitely gets replaced.
I would
it's
assume that
more
the
like-
clean slate, and then it's just all of them. You know?
All of them are new, you think?
Yeah, I think all of them get replaced, and it's like it's a new slate for champions. You know?
You don't think they keep like Carnage or something?
No,
I could
probably
see
not.
say can't stay.
Maybe
I
Carnage.
could
Yeah.
see him getting a bit of an update, but probably stays.
Yeah,
Because you want that destroy thing for destroy players.
I
You know?
feel like they might even have like a discard one as well, like a discard.
Oh my gosh, a Morbius, dude. Oh,
Morbius.
get it away from me.
Apoc.
It's Morbin time.
It's Morbin time.
We're gonna cause Morbius to release a third time.
Oh my gosh, get me. I hate Morbius with a passion. Okay, we're gonna take a little sidetrack here and talk about discard. I swear, I was thinking about this the other day when I was playing. I was playing just against a random person. Like, I was like, what are the two scariest cards? Actually, a little side segment because we have time. We might as well have the time. My question for you guys, and this is, I guess, it's Baby Mario's question for the day. What is the scariest card to face against? Like when you see the card, like, oh no, oh my gosh, I need to win. I need to I don't know if I can outpower that card, or like it is like a super scary card to face against.
I mean,
In your
might,
opinion, what is the
yeah.
scariest card? Obviously, I'm not saying like a negative. Like when you see negative, like, oh no, negative super scary. Like obviously that's scary. But I'm saying like, what's a card that no one would expect to be scary, but it's scary for you specifically?
Okay.
Not Mobius. Someone, not Mobius.
No, I know. If I see Yondu, I crash out, bro. There's not enough mill players in the world, and I'm still getting queued up against them, bro. There's like 3 mill players in the entire world, and it's like, and then they all have. I just happen to like find this one guy. It's like, oh my god.
Life is good.
Life is good. No.
Nobody else has such like it's so crazy how bad of a matchup negative is into mill. Like if they just have one mill piece, it's all
You know what makes me happy? Everybody shits on Yondu, and I found the 2 people who hate Yondu with a passion of 100 Burning Suns because you just said it, and Mario got so often bullied by me when I played Yondu against this Mad Thinker. This is just the best day of my life right now, I swear to God.
So me and Angel did a couple of friendlies a while back. I was playing a fun deck, and he was playing mill because he's like that, yeah. And so
I asked.
every single game, his Yondu hit my Mad Thinker. Every single game, without a fault, it was hitting my Mad Thinker. Like, and then when I play against someone, his He-Red Guardian's my Mad Thinker. It's like I can't win here. I have nothing. Give me one sec, guys. I need to go grab a charger.
Okay, but the one time where I played Yondu turn 1 against him, I played Baron Zemo and just got his finger, by the way.
Oh my god.
So that also happened. But in my humble defense, I asked him, what should I play? And he was like, play whatever you want. I have like 8 mill days. What do you think I think to play, huh? Discard? Hell no.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean,
But, well,
if you're playing against, it's like if you're playing against a known one trick, you gotta know, right? Like you gotta know what you're doing.
Yes, but I didn't expect him to go full in on mill like play Yondu. Like cringe card, dude. It's not even a good card. It's not even a good card anymore. It's just cringe at this point.
You need to play Yondu and Mill, right? Like, isn't that
No.
like, not an option? Or is like, what?
We'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
We'll get to that in a minute. Yeah. So quickly. My least favorite card to play against, my what I call the scariest card for me is Dracula. I know it's like a very weird card. Like you could just red guardian it or something. I have a fear of Dracula. I have lost. Like I had like a 200 power a human torch, and I lost to Dracula. Like I hate Dracula with a passion. Like it is the scariest card. Like I'm like, because usually my reaction is okay, I just lose the lane. Like that is my reaction to the card. I'm like, okay, bye bye.
Apocalypse is getting.
I don't care. It's still scary. I hate the card. Okay. Okay, it's kind of like Mobius. Like you know Mobius is coming down and yet you hate it.
Like
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Get out of here.
Archetype,
Get out of
bro.
here. Yeah, get out of here. Yeah, yeah. Well, okay, what about you, Angel? What is the least favorite card for you to play against?
Erisham.
Oh,
What
You know
do
what?
expect?
You know, I'll shake your hand on that one.
Let me explain. When Erisham got released back in the day, when it got data mined, I said from the first day onward, I don't like this card. I don't like it, and I know it will break the game completely. And I was right. I just want to mention that. Greens to the Tavern, you guys know me. I was right. But that was horrible. The first time where Erisham got released, he was way stronger than he is now. Back then, we didn't have Cassandra Nova because she wasn't Deadpool's Diner, and I didn't own Darkhawk. I climbed through Deadpool's Diner with Mill while Erisham was everywhere. It was horrible. So this guy gets a very, very special place in my heart.
Oh yeah.
And a giant F you, because I don't like you.
Oh yeah.
But from like scarcity factor, like which card I'm scared about when I see it.
Would you feel better about it if you did have a way to mill Airsham? Like, let's say they buffed Yondu to say like banish the least lowest power card of in your opponent's deck, except if they're playing Airsham, then banish the lowest 20 power cards or something. Like, would you be fine with that?
That would make me very happy, but this is stupid.
No, I agree.
But I'll get to that in a minute.
I want to like a little
From
quick
the
thing about
scarcity
Aeration.
factor.
I agree. Yes. Sorry. Continue, Angel. Yes.
Thank you. When we talk about like what card scares the living hell out of me, that will be Gambit. Easily.
Oh. I forgot about Gambit. Yeah.
Every Snap player who hears this will smile and shake her head and be like, this one time when this Gambit snapped in 1 and 8 and hit the 1 card to win the game, and your opponent emotes you and you're like, wow, I just lost 8 cubes to the most random bullshit in the world. You can do nothing against it. That's Gambit. That's not
Gambit is. I forgot about Gambit. Yeah, I think Gambit is probably like. I think Gambit is probably scarier to me than Jack. I forgot. I'm an idiot. I forgot about Gambit. Gambit is like I see Gambit and I immediately will start praying to the good Lord that he hits my Sam shield, and he never does because why would he? He always hits like my big card or something.
The thing is, befriended, I would say, with Danish, like quite well. We talk often, we write often, we talk about decks. He often helps me with Heller if I play it, and this guy is a fuck magician. Like, he's Gambit IRL. He plays 1 and 12. He plays his Gambit after he revives it through like 3 steps, reacts to the 1 card he needs to find to win the game, and gets 8 kills out of that. And just says, yeah, that was planned.
Yeah, that was
you can hate him or you can love him, but you have to respect him. Danish is the man.
Dude, just the other day, I lost to a game at 1 and 10. Like, you know, I lost 8. I'm sorry. I should have planned for that. I guess.
I should have planned for the random Gambits. Yep. Oh man, I hate Gambit. I forgot about Gambit. Yeah, I think Gambit is probably worse than Jack for me. I'm probably more scared of Gambit. But going back to Airsham real quick before we move into your segments. Going back to Airsham.
Yes.
I lost 8 to Airsham the other day, which is like, okay, you lose Airsham, you lose 8 all the time. No. It was first of all, it was a Bar Sinister game, and I had Kate Bishop and Nagini Acid. I'm like, perfect. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna clog them. I snapped. Perfect. I clogged them. They didn't play anything there. Then they snapped back. I'm like, why are they snapping back? They got Airsham generated Killmonger. I love that.
Oh my god.
Awesome. And no. They have like 30 something plus cards, and they got Shane. Airsham generated Shane. The Airsham generated Shane on Bar Sinister for 8. After Airsham generated Killmonger. I unironically almost smashed my phone into the wall. Like that was the most rage-inducing moments I've ever had in my entire life. Like you cannot actually tell me that they got the two cards that won them the game in that exact minute. Because I had my giant man. I played him onto Bar Sinister so he get a big horde, and then I could abs man it. But anyway, before we rant about how unfair Erisham is, we should probably move on.
Oh yeah.
What was someone's answer, by the way? What did you say?
I said Yondu.
Yondu. Okay, yeah, right.
Yeah, because like I see Yondu, I'm like, oh my god. If I don't have Ravonna in hand, like if it takes out my Ravonna, I'm like, oh my god. And if it takes out something other than my Ravonna, I'm also like, oh my god. Like it's never a good reaction. I never look at Yondu. I'm like, oh, it's a good match. No, I know it's not a good match. It's just a terrible matchup.
Relatable. Alrighty.
Yeah. If you're ready, Angel, we can move on to your segment.
Wooza. Welcome to the Mill Theory. This is blatantly stolen by Pixie, once again, thank you. And I'm gonna yap about Mill for like roughly an hour, maybe two, depending how long these two
Depending on how
keep
long
up with me.
you want.
Yeah,
That's what I can do.
yap for as long as you want, dude. We got you.
I'll try my best. But anyways, why the hell do I love Mill so much? That's like probably yeah, okay, now we're done. Goodbye, guys. Ciao.
I thought it was like one more slide. Wow, you just did the title.
He just wants to get me going.
He's gonna yap.
That's crazy. Yeah, we just yap well on this. Enjoy it. I'm sorry. I'm not. But people ask me, like, legitimately, people ask me, why do I love Mill so much? And the thing is, I just play it for a really long time. Because Mill is a thing which was before Snap was a thing. We had, like, games like Hearthstone, which I played a lot. Legends of Runeterra, for the ones who know. Great game. Sadly, died down the drain. And even MTG, who made the whole thing, like Magic the Gathering, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And Mill is just, I don't know, it's just evil. It's just a very mean thing where you don't have to actively interact with the opponent on the field. You don't have to, like, fight cards against cards. It's just like, I'm just gonna take something from you really need, which are your deck cards. And that was always fun for me. It was like, alternate win conditions in general are very fun to me. I like that a lot. And when I saw that they released Baron Zemo in Snap, I was like, wait, this game has 12 cards in one deck, and you allow me to take one of these cards from my opponent's deck into my side of the field? That's busted. Hello? we gotta do this? And they did. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna main this guy now. This is the best I can get to actual milling. Because back then we had stuff like Old Yondu, Old Cable, and Mantis. Like, I don't know if anybody remembers Old Mantis effect.
What was Old Mantis?
Old Mantis was a 1-1 or 1-2 with the on reveal. If your opponent played a card here, draw a card from the deck. It's basically Cable with extra steps, but less power. Yeah.
Oh, that's actually...
That was Mantis. Nobody played that card, by the way. It was still shit, because it had nothing to do with the other Guardians, but it was like a mill card, and I was like, hey, that's cool. And then they reverted her, and she died even more, and then, yeah. Rip in pieces on Mantis. Yeah, I think this is, like, generally the most underplayed card in the game. I don't know. I think Toxie may be worse.
Probably. Toxie's probably worse.
Than Mantis?
I don't know.
No way.
I think people cope more into Toxie than they cope into Mantis. Unless you play Devil Dino and have like 200.
I feel like Toxie's way better than Mantis, right? Like, there's
She
no
probably is. She probably is. But she's also like Series 4, so
yeah.
There's that. But the thing is, I saw what they did with Baron Zemo, and I was like, I'm gonna need to try this out. And I'm gonna need to see how it feels. And Mill, from other card games, and Mill and Snap, is vastly different. Because you have a complete different way of viewing the game. You have way less cards to interact with, you have way less options to play around, and a 12-card game allows you to remember what your opponent plays usually. And this is where the magic in Mill comes. Because a good Mill player has to do like some specific things. He has to know the meta he's in, and he has to know what meta decks are currently in. And if you can do that, and you know what you're playing against, you can start predicting what your opponent draws, what he has, and what he has not. And this is then the fun. This is basically all the enjoyment I have as a mill player, where my strategic and my skill comes into the play to outplay my opponent. Example 1, I play against Mario when he's on his lockdown deck with Legion and Infinite and stuff like that. I know that I can use my Yondo early to hit his Mad Finger, but I can't use my Gladiator because then I may pull his Infinite. I don't want to pull his Infinite. So I need to think about these steps. What is allowed, what is not allowed. How much of his curve is low, how much of his curve is high. If I get rid of the low curve, I get rewarded with my Zemo to hit the high curve. Back when we had the combo meta with Surfer players, Mill was a fever dream. Because you had 1-2 cost, which was Forge, and 6 free costs. So the moment I played one Yondu, I only get good hits. And because none of these free drops had more power than Gladiator, I always hit. It was genius. It was glorious.
Heart of the Cards must have hated you.
We had some fun here and there, but we definitely had some fun. I know for a fact that back when I started playing Fenris with Gladiator, he took that idea, put it into Surfer, and made it 10 times better than I did. Like, I think people remember the Gladiator Fenris Surfer list. Yeah, it was like Gladiator, Fenris, Surfer, and Heart of the Cards played that, and it was really good.
Sonic as well. Can you imagine?
Yeah, and that was all these things I did in Mill before. But I'm not a good player. I don't have the time to climb to top infinite, but I love to tell people about these ideas. And eventually I see these ideas somewhere else. Back when Misery got released as a 4-7, everybody was like, that's a shit card. You have a 4-7, which destroys your stuff. Yeah, that was like before she got buffed. Like, first week of Misery was 4-7.
There's no way.
Yeah, people were not very high on her. Because she was very confusing, and you didn't know if the on reveal goes off and then she destroys or not. We had no Fire Hair, we had no Iron Patriot. It was not a good card, frankly said. Like, at 4-7, totally not.
I mean, I feel like even with just good, it's a great card.
People didn't saw that back then.
Like, this is like the sort of the Hydra Bob thing, like Hydra Bob came
Kinda.
out, nobody really cared, or like US Agent.
Yeah, more like a US Agent case, where it's like, the card is strong, but not many people believed in it. But then also, she was a 4-7, so many people don't want to play her. Then she got buffed to 4-8 and one OTA hotfix, because they wanted to make her playable, and then people got more into it. Same with Hydra Bob. He was a 1-4 then a 1-5.
And then Second Dinner went way too far to 4-9.
I have 70 splits on Misery. I'm Mastery 30 on her, and I think 4-9 is overpowered, and they should nerf it to 4-8.
Yeah.
That is way too strong. Way too good. Like, I don't complain. I can play a good card in my mill deck, finally. But still, make it 4-8, I wouldn't complain. If they put it to 4-7, I would rage. But 4-8 is fine. So, there's that. But then the next thing is, mill is not in a good spot right now. Like, it's a fun archetype for people. They enjoy milling your opponent. But the one critical thing you have as an issue, where people say, yeah, I don't like to play mill, is that you don't have a win con behind it. You burn down your opponents, which is technically like the win con. You take stuff from them, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really elevate your own gameplay. You don't get points for burning your opponent deck. You may force a retreat because of psychological damage. Congratulations, you got 2 cubes. It's a bit like the clock situation, where it's like, yeah, I bullied this guy so hard that he wanted to leave, he doesn't want to play against me, but I didn't win because of points. I didn't win because I have a win con behind me. And that was critically when they did the Yondu nerf. Which, in hindsight, I totally understand. If they didn't nerf Yondu, I would probably be like top 10 in this game. Because I would play, most likely. Yeah, like, you have to imagine, if you had old Yondu with current Fire Her in one deck, and you get a Yondu, Fire Her, Gladiator, Zemo, Misery combo off, that are 7 destroys.
Oh, for death.
Yes.
Death and
That's
Mill.
the win con. They took a win con from Mill away when they did the Yondu nerf, because you don't have anything which scales with Banish,
Yeah.
and the Destroy scaler is gone.
Hmm.
And this is like the point where people said, yeah, you don't play Mill anymore these days. You don't see in Alex Kosher or KO Best video that people say, yeah, this guy, they play Mill. That's a good deck. You should play that to climb ladder. Nobody says that because it's not true.
Yeah, it's not.
And that's like the issue. Like, you don't want to play Mill. It's just not the right thing to do.
Well,
Some
what would you
instance.
say like the core of Mill is nowadays? Yeah, I asked you earlier if you thought Yondu was necessary in modern day Mill.
That's very problematic because you kinda don't want to play Yondu anymore these days. You don't have a real you don't have a good thing out of it because he has a weak body and he takes like the lowest card away from your opponent's deck. Like Yondu's a 1/2 on reveal, destroy the lowest cost card in your opponent's deck. But that translates practically into give your deck from the opponent a better draw condition because you give them more curve to draw into.
Yeah.
No, it's a fact. Like Yondu basically elevates the curve of your opponent because he gets rid of the low cost cards he could have drawn in later turns
Yeah.
and instead gets the higher cost cards which he can play on curve on turn 3, 4, 5.
You think he would be good if it banished their highest cost card in deck?
That would be insane. Highest cost, banish, that's too strong. That's
Too
way
strong, really.
Yeah, because imagine I play against Pixie.
Yeah.
I press my Yondu on turn 1, his Infinite is gone. I trigger it
he's on the
again,
shield.
his Taskmaster is gone. Like, you would ruin so many top-heavy decks. You could hit, like, Galactus First Steps, you could hit, like, Elias, you could hit, like, Heimdalls. You would take so much away with a 1 cost. That's too strong. If
But,
you
like-
wanna...
But like, I mean, too strong, like in general, or like, because like I feel like at that point, Yondu would just becomes a card you play as opposed to like just trying to like mill people out or something.
Yeah, like, you would still mill people, and you would get a greater benefit out of it. But once you start to combine this with other cards, where it's like, you take the top away with Yondu, and you take something random with a Cable and a Gladiator, and then you take the bottom away with a Zemo, that is super messy. What I would prefer, personally, is make everything similar in one line. I talked with a friend about that, and we said, hey, what about if we just put all the things in one clear condition, where it's always just the bottom card of the deck? Like, your Yondu, your Cable, your Glad, your Zemo, they all just hit the bottom card of your deck.
Would it be better for it to be the bottom or the top card of the deck? Like, does that matter? Does that actually make a difference, or like?
Somewhat, but not fully. It's like hard to say. Because you want to think about it that way. If you go for the top, you know that you take draws away, which they would technically get. And some cards interact with that, like a Howard, like an Iron Lad, like a Jubilee, I guess. These cards kinda need that. They would be like a bit more ruined, I guess.
I mean, I don't know who's playing Howard in the deck.
Okay, Howard, not really a lot of people, but like an Iron Lad as an example would be a bit messed up. America Chavez would be really messed up. A Search would be
I mean,
really messed up.
but like, is it all that bad? Like, I mean, you I think you will agree that Mill
It
needs
doesn't
help.
matter too much, honestly. It doesn't matter too much. It's like, you could do it, but you don't have to do it. And it's like, it's an... I don't think it changed too much. What I like is having like a clear line to know how I play around things. How it is currently, I also like, because when you memorize decks, you can play around that effect. So, as an example, I know that my opponent has a top-heavy deck, so I can Yondu early to get the cards I want from him with the Zemo later on. But sometimes it's like, it doesn't really matter. Like, mid-range decks don't care about that. But there's one funny thing you did in the past when Wiccan was very popular, where people just played Wiccan with Quicksilver and Domino only. Like, that was your 1 and 2, right?
Oh, so yeah, so you can like Yondu and
You
then
just
hit
throw the
domino.
Yondu turn 1, and gamble. And if you hit a domino, you snap. And then people leave. It's really that stupid. Like, it was just a, oh, I play a card. Oh, cool, I hit the domino. Oh, cool, your win condition's gone. Oh, I'm gonna snap you now, because it's a bully snap. And people have to leave. It's stupid. It's super silly. It shouldn't be that way, and people
punished for trying to be so consistent. You know?
Yeah, it's that. Like,
It's their fault.
Tries to be a punisher. Yeah, kinda. Don't play weekend, guys. It's not fun. Play cool day. Like, negative thinker. Yeah, like, I don't know. I don't like... I like deck restriction in a format where it's not like Wiccan, but like different. Like Cerebro as an example. I love Cerebro, but since the buff, it's like overdue.
Oh.
I don't think he needs to be that strong.
Mhm.
I liked old Cerebro a lot.
But like, also
I don't know
Cerebro
what
was
you
just
think.
like
He was a bit of a meme, yes. But now he's like, I think too strong. Maybe that's just me, but I think Cerebro's
how do
too
you
strong.
balance him? Like, how would you like? How do you toe the line between too strong and too weak?
I need to think about that.
Because like the Cerebro is like a lot of people like dislike it, but I feel like there's a significant portion of players that like really enjoy the sort of like linearity. Or I don't know, Jay Wallifer, he
Obviously, Jay Waller
is
enjoys
the
it.
Cerebro goat. Yeah, I know he does. He did also a guide for Cerebro, which was crazy to read. But I think if you would give him less power and less cost, and make him more compatible with other cards, that would be fine. But honestly, I'm not the person who can give like a good opinion about that. I just hate to get bullied by Cerebro players. That's just me. I like the
That's
idea,
fair.
I like the deck restriction behind it, but it's really strong, so eh.
Yeah.
If it get nerfed, I wouldn't complain. I'll be honest. Really not. Put it in the trash where it belongs.
no, don't do my boy dirty like that.
Do him
sorry.
dirty, please.
But yeah, are there like things you guys want to know, want to talk about because or in enhance for mill? So something you want to ask?
I was wondering, what do you think like payoff like if second unit were ever to design a card that would like, be the payoff for like mill, what would you like it to be?
I have two ideas for that. The one would be a new card. The other one would be a rework, because I see a card which could probably take a rework and could be a cool mill card. But I'll go with the new card first, which is just a banner scaler. Like, okay, guys, we got it. You don't want the Yondu Death thing to be a thing? Fine, cool. Give me a banner scaler instead, and I'm happy. Give me something where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna banish your cards into the Shadow Realm, and I get some payout out of that. Sure, that's not too hard. Make my boy Yondu relevant again. Please. I'm not asking for much. That's like the one thing I would say.
Or do you think a payoff like would be like an overstatic card that gets like minus power for each like card in your opponent's deck?
I don't like that. Because then people just get rewarded for putting shit into their deck, and there's way too much shit in the game you can put into a deck, and you shouldn't get rewarded for that. In my opinion.
Okay.
What I think what you can do instead is make a strong guy kind of card. Where it's an ongoing, where it says this card gets more power the less cards are on the deck, or just a straight up giant buff if your opponent's deck is empty.
So like directly, like specifically mill card, yeah.
Yeah, as an example. Like, burn your opponent down and get a reward.
People are going to be
That
playing
could be-
Terax and shuffling rocks into their own deck to counter the counter.
That would go crazy. But also, it would be like the strongest blob counter this world has ever seen. Like, you want to empty your own deck with your blob? Sure, I'll just play the guy and just beat you with it.
Blob doesn't need more counters. Who's teching specifically for Blob?
Brother, the one thing I play next to Mill is Darkhawk, because I either fill your deck or delete your deck. It's one or the other. There's only extreme for me. And I saw Arishan players, aka Dushma, the guy knows who he is, who plays Blob, Arnim Zola in Arishan
My
to counter Darkhawk.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like, you play Darkhawk Mystique, he plays 3 blobs and just laughs at you. Like, oh no, I have 3 cards in my Arishan deck.
Well, I mean, if
That
he's priority
happens.
using Cassandra Nova and Zola first.
Randomly generated Shadow King, Erisham. You know it is. There's a lot of things that can happen or can't happen. It's weird. But yeah.
Yeah,
Like a banner scaler, that's
I
like
thought
the
you
easy
would speak for
solution. I would
longer
say.
with Mill. I mean, do you like?
I'm not done.
Oh, you're not done. Okay, keep going.
Who said I'm done? I'm still on it. I'm just
Oh,
going to
yeah.
give you guys some room to talk and breathe. Mario is so bored he looks outside already.
No.
Yeah,
I'm
what?
here.
I
I'm
tried to
playing.
involve
No.
you into the podcast.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm listening. I'm also
No,
at
what
the
I'm
same
saying
time
is,
thinking about what you're saying at the same time. You know, like as in like a
okay, but
payoff for Mill working.
yeah,
Do you
like
have any
this is
questions?
like
I think I no.
I,
So the thing I think about Mill is that the issue with Mill is that it's a hated archetype. You know, it's along the lines
yeah,
of Darkhawk. You know, like I think Second is a little hesitant to give Mill support when it's something that a grand majority of the community hates playing against or hates going against. You know, so I think that's what's mainly
the
stopping
thing.
them from giving Mill something to do. You know, it's the reason that they nerfed it to the point of, because like no one wants to be milled. You know, everyone wants to build their own sandcastle. You know,
Yeah,
Dude, Mill
the
Meta
thing
was
is,
my worst nightmare.
I imagine. I'll go to that in a minute, but when people think about like mill, they always have like a negative feeling to it. Same with like clock,
Mhm.
lockdown, these kind of things. You wanna play the game. You don't wanna get left out of the game. That's why these three archetypes don't get love usually. Like
Yep.
clock, okay, they
Mhm.
can cheat their way around. Lockdown is dead since forever. Like Prof X, holy shit, they murdered that guy. And I'll be honest, when did was the last time when you saw somebody play Prof X in the
Okay,
main
no,
deck?
actually, no, I've seen people play Prof X.
Okay.
Some guy was playing C2 and he Prof X'd me. I didn't see it coming. He got me.
Okay, that's kind of smart. I see that. But like C2 is, like, I think, the only deck which runs like lockdown opinions with Goose, Storm, and Profex, I guess.
yeah.
But who else? You see what I mean?
mean,
Like that's it. It's really limited, and I think it's understandable to an extent. But if they bring out Erisham, Thanos, Agamotto, and Van Kang to fill your deck, then I can burn your deck. Like, that's an equal trade out. If you get 4 cards to play around, give me 1.
That's true.
I'm not
That's true.
asking for much.
That's true. Yeah,
Huh?
that is a fair way of
And you
looking
can
at it.
combine these fuckers.
it's
Yeah.
funny.
I still
think-
can't
okay.
believe that they're giving more Erisham support. You know, Erisham especially, like they at this point, most of the community has strong feelings about Erisham.
Bro, it's almost a Yu-Gi-Oh deck at this point. They're almost at 40 cards.
Almost the 40
They're
cards now.
really close to it. Like,
Yeah. I
we broke Hearthstone decks, we're now closing into Yu-Gi-Oh decks.
Mm-mm.
And that's not a good sign.
I don't.
If I have
yeah,
only 3 mill cards in the game.
yeah.
Or
I mean,
4,
okay.
sorry, it's 4.
I feel like it's probably inevitable that like secondary eventually gives you like a series 4. Like probably one day.
Oh, definitely. I just don't think it's.
Eventually.
I don't think it's going to do much for the archetype though. Like unless it's like a rework
Yeah.
of some of like specifically Yondu and stuff. I don't think that's doing much.
But while we are on reworks, I have a second idea, which I think could potentially make the archetype really cool. Because you don't have a real payoff, as I mentioned. When your opponent's deck is at 0, it's at 0. Nothing happens. When you play Hearthstone, you take 1 turn damage, 2 turn damage every time you draw. If you play Legends of Runeterra or Yu-Gi-Oh, you practically lose. If your deck is empty and you need to draw, you lose the deck out. Or fatigue. That thing happens. In Snap, it's just, oh, okay, cool.
I mean,
I still have 7 cards in my hand and gonna beat you. There is no payoff. And I think that's something we need. And we don't need it, but I love the idea of an alternate win con. Either that, or an alternate scaler, which works with fatigue. And the idea here is, we know Baron Mordo, the guy who nobody plays, and I have a god split for him because
Oh.
I lose. Yeah. Make that guy a 3/3 who affects locations. Like,
how so?
let me explain. When your deck is burned out and you try to attack the deck or draw, like if the deck gets interacted with in any way, Baron Mordo places -1 power to each location.
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 Specifically.
I don't even know
So
if
so if a
second
card
even
was
has like the
removed,
built-in capability to do that.
so if a card
Like
was removed from the deck,
if you burnt the deck out and you play a Yondu, Gladiator, Zemo, I don't know, and you want to interact with that deck, then instead of getting something, because there is nothing, you hurt the location instead. And you pull -1 from that. It's like location affliction, if you want to say it in
I feel like
in
-1
a
is
term.
just not enough either.
You can make it more. I don't care. I just wanna give the idea into the room.
I
You
do
can play
think,
around that.
It's not that I like don't like the idea of decking out meaning something, but they're never gonna do it. They're never gonna do it. I don't think they're ever gonna add any alternate win condition to Marvel Snap.
no.
I don't think that an alternate win condition is a thing, except in a rotating game mode, maybe. That could happen. Like, where you don't play around snaps anymore, but play around something else.
Yeah,
That could happen.
yeah.
maybe. Like-
I don't think they're like the philosophy of like the way they design cards, the way they design this game is like
Yeah, but that's why I say it would never happen in like the normal game or in ladder, but experimental for rotating game mode, I could see that happen. When they're like, we want to try something different. We can't do that on the game. We can't affect ladder with this, so we make a game mode where things are different. Why
what
not?
would be your ideal game mode for Mill?
I have no idea. I never thought about that. I'll be honest. You catch me there. Like, I couldn't tell you what a perfect game mode would be for Mo. I think it's fine as it is. Like, banish deck increase, I'll be happy. Give me fair ground.
Maybe
Something like that?
a game mode that like lasted 10 turns, like we're milling them out like early, like be like now they're just not drawing anything, or maybe not 10 turns, but even if it lasted 2 more turns, right? That would matter if you milled them 2 cards. Right?
Yeah.
They just ran out before they wouldn't get the last draw.
Yeah.
I think that might be
I could see that. Maybe like a game where the game doesn't end by rounds but by power, and you try to actively take them out from that. That would be cool.
Well, that's
I
kind
can
of
see
Sanctum
that.
though, right?
Yeah, as an example. Yeah, like Sanctum as an example. Sanctum is a game mode where you don't win by snaps or by the game ending with power. It's like you play around the points, and I think that could be something cool. Also, Million
Well,
6 was
Mario
really
just
cool.
teleported.
What the hell?
Yeah. Hi. I'm back. Sorry.
Hi, welcome back. Where have you been?
Moving. I moved to a different part of my house.
Okay. Is it cold?
I mean, sure. Yeah, I guess.
Okay, cool. Glad to hear that. Now, I can talk more about Mill. I have a few more topics in my head, if you want.
Yeah.
And I think the one thing people like ask me all the time is like, what is a good Mill deck? How can you make a good Mill deck, basically? And I think you have to be quite creative and understand one thing. If you play Mill, you don't play an archetype. No, like, let me explain it. You have Baron Zemo and Gladiator, you have Cable and Yondu, and that are all your Mill cards in Marvel Snap. There is nothing which interacts that way these 4 do. And 4 cards are not an archetype. I think we can say that. I guess Negative is an archetype as 1 card, but he like affects the whole deck. These 4 don't affect the whole deck. They affect 4 cards. So when I see people try to play Mill, the first mistake they make is they go all out on that. They have their 4 cards, they put like Fire, Misery on top of that, they try to burn your opponent's decks down, but they have no win condition in that, they have no reward in burning them, and they don't have something else. And when you look at past decks which were made by me, by Crazy, by Fudge, by all these Mill players who have like knowledge about that archetype, it's always included with something else. So, like, the most known iteration is Destroy, where you run Hood, Misery, Death, Lady Death Strike, 1-2 attack cards, your Mill stuff, Fire Her, send it. That's very classic. That's like the most known Mill deck, I guess, we have. But this deck works because you have Mill cards, you have combo pieces, you have the second archetype, which supports you, and all that combined makes a good deck. And this is how you have to see every mill deck you want to do. Because mill is a subtype. It's like the bonus. It's like you have your game plan, destroy stuff. So you run Hood Misery, Killmonger, LDS, Death, you get a cheap Death, you get cheap demons, and you do a bit of milling on the side. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have like the mill meta you mentioned, where you had your worst day of the life. What were these decks? That were mill cards with Iron Patriots. That was the mill meta, where people played Iron Patriot as their win condition and used Baron Zemo and Gladiator because they are the highest power in the free cost spot. Until people realized that Juggernaut exists and just shit on both of them. But hey, aside of that, the win condition was Iron Patriot and Generators. So you played around your IP payoff, sometimes you misery on top of the IP payoff to do it again, and then beat your opponents with cheap cards, which you get from somewhere else. You don't win by milling, usually.
Yeah.
You can get information by milling your opponents. If you get, I don't know, a Ravona as an example, when you play Yondu and you know, oh, negative player, I'm gonna bully snap that guy, and he has to leave because he knows what I'm doing. Or you play against a Destroy player, play Cable on 2, get their null. Yeah, I'm gonna snap that guy.
Yeah.
And he has to respect that snap to an extent where it's like, I don't know what he has, but he could ruin my day with whatever he just got.
Yeah.
And another card, which is super underrated in my opinion, and got like a minor change, which nobody cared about except me, is Copycat. Do you remember old Copycat effect?
Yeah, she used to steal, I think.
You just steal, yeah.
She used to steal. Yeah, it was not copy, it was stealing. And you know what that means? If you are a really evil person,
Oh, man.
you can technically mill your opponents to the last card which you stolen with Copycat and give them a dead card in hand. I bullied so many people with that because, like, best example, again, I had a null, a Copycat null. I burned my opponent down, I snapped him, I had everything settled up, it was for 4 cubes. He had to leave because he had one card he drew, and I know that this card is his null. So he had a 6-0, and I had a 3-30 next to my other 3 cost. So yeah, I really missed that. I really missed the idea of I missed the idea of playing mill and get rewarded for interacting with your opponent's deck because you don't do this anymore.
Yeah.
These days it's like you play your Zemo and your Gladiator for the points. You play lists where tempo is more important than milling. Your misery doesn't get used to mill more, it gets used to get rid of the hood to get more points. It's a tempo deck, it's not a mill deck. And sadly this is with what people can win. But that's not mill to me. The first iteration of mill was, I don't know if either of you remembers that, but back when mill got released, people played it with Magic, Dr. Octopus, the old one, where you put 4 cards, and Red Hulk. Your whole game plan was to disrupt your opponent and bleed them out. You bleed them out by taking their cards away so they can't play on curve, so your Red Hulk grows, and you extended the game with Magic, clocked the location with Dr. Octopus so they can't change it. Nobody played Legion back then, it was such a good time. And you win games strictly by making your opponent retreat, because it's like chess. You just settle them in a position where they can't win the game anymore. It's like clock, basically.
Well, yeah, I was about to.
Exactly. And I kind of miss that theme. I miss the idea where you say...
Bro's a clog defender. Nobody's gonna... Bro's defending the 2 most hated archetypes in the game.
You got me. You got me. I say it. I like, this is like the closest I get to an alternate win condition, where it's like, I don't need to win, I need you to lose.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's crazy. I'm supposed to be the villain for playing this.
No,
You are, though.
not when I'm
You
in the
are,
room.
though. Both of you are now. I'm just the only good guy around here now. Yeah. So yeah,
Surely.
I mean, hearing all about like the glory days from Mel is definitely a scary time. I'm glad I wasn't playing around then, I will say. But I did have 2 questions, I will say, and one of them is more actually competitive related. The other one is a little bit more like friendly. First one was so you have the Baron Zemo that variant on the screen. Where's that one from? Is that just like a super rare?
It is a super rare from Marko Djurcevic, I think, if I remember it correctly, and it is from a comic. I think it was like a title card. I'm not really good with comics, so I'm sorry for everybody who hears that and just slaps their face with the things I'm saying now. But I think it was a cover art where he is on the grave of Captain America. And it has some lore behind it. You can see it in the mask. He's holding the mask of Captain America there. And I think he won something. I don't know it. I never read the comic. I have to at one point. But I like the artwork.
It's so peak. I love really that. Clean. It's so nice.
I do love this. I do love this song.
Yeah, it's so nice.
It was like my first bordered card, by the way. My first bordered card ever was that Baron Zemo variant with a silver border and a gold background.
Ooh.
And I really like contrast. And I think 15 months later, I made a full deck, 12 cards with 12 silver borders and 12 gold splits.
Ooh.
Very proud of that one.
I mean, it was awesome.
15 months. It was,
you know what would make that even better, though? That banana player.
I'll tell you something. Mario knows what's coming now, but this is my proudest thing in the world. I am, and that's I certify this unless somebody proves me wrong. I am the only person in the world who has a Baron Zemo split with bananas, gold, diamonds, and that split is unobtainable at this point because you can't roll into bananas anymore. So this is a unicat. I have the only split in the world, and I gotta flex that.
He does. I can confirm that. Yeah.
Thank you.
So my second question.
So what was the second question?
And this one's a little bit more competitive focused. I was thinking about it at the same time, because we have the new season just released, the October season. The Horde archetype is out. Well, the Horde package is out, which I still think is 3 cards. I will ignore the existence of Zombie Sentry for now, for reasons. I still don't think it's a good card. But anyway, my question to you was: do you think you could see the combination of the mill package and the zombie package into a deck?
I never tried. I could try that. Sure, why not?
You're giving him new ideas,
because
Mario.
I give it exactly. That's the point. I'm here to give him ideas. Especially when Zombie Sentry. You could use like Misery in combination with Zombie Fantastic and Zombie Sentry, and then you could just get a huge ass horde. And then just on the last turn play Zombie Giant Man. And hopefully you've milled them out with like Gladiator and stuff. And you have Fenris to activate, and then you have like Shang-Chi or something. I think that could be a very very interesting deck.
I'll give it a shot. Why not? I'll try it.
I mean, it'll probably just work out because zombies are decent, right?
But
yeah, zombies are
decent. You gave
decent.
me a wonderful transition to my next topic because, as I said, I have way too many of those.
Oh my!
And this is like probably one of the topics which.
Okay, everybody, sit back and I need you guys to sit back and grab popcorn.
You thought we were done? No, we still
I'll break the 2 hours in this, and after that we can decide if we want to continue. But 2 hours are because this is probably one of the most fun things you can do with Mill. As I mentioned before, Mill is a subtype in my opinion. You don't play Mill as a whole archetype, right? You always put something in it. Do you want to know how much you can put in it? It's a lot. It is a lot. For the record, right now, if I would open my Snap app and look at my deck lists, I have 9 different Mill lists.
Not only 9.
Only 9, because I also like to play other stuff on the side. Give me more space, SD, thank you.
How dare you?
But yeah, how dare I? Yes, I'm not. They don't call me Danish. I'm sorry. I don't have to privilege something in every deck. But right now, I play normal Mill deck, which people know. I play Destroy Mill, I play Activate Mill, I play Discard Mill, I play Morgan Le Fay Mill, I play Victoria Hand Mill, I play Werewolf Mill, and I play Gore Mill.
Gore. Yeah. I wasn't expecting Gore.
Gore.
You can just put the mill package in everything, I guess.
It's basically that. You can do variations of everything with everything, and I think that's kind of the beauty of it. You can do a lot of cool things here, there, everywhere.
Mr. Negative Mill?
No.
We can talk later.
No, please. I can't.
Okay, look. I was like skeptical about like bounce negative. That's something I was testing out with Dark
Ich,
Bubble. But
I,
like,
tr- I tried Bounce Mill. It didn't work yet, but
Didn't work.
I'll be honest.
with Mill, every single card has more power than their cost. It's just not gonna work.
Yeah, negative will be problematic, but
I don't think negative
I-
works.
I tried something with with Bounce back in the day, which I may should recover at one point. But you know, well, how we have Joaquin, Tortoise, Falcon,
Yeah.
the two goes
Double
ongoing,
yonder. Double yonder.
double Yondu, and the double Sable. You
Oh.
burn the deck down, and then you
Oh.
afflict the deck.
Oh man.
That was like the core idea. But now Yondu is even worse than before, and it was already bad before.
I mean,
so-
like, if you do it on like turn 4, like imagine you just play Joaquin, Yondu, Sable turn 4, like when they're not expecting it. Like what if the rest of the deck is just normal and you just have Yondu there just for that?
Just random Yondu.
normal bounce,
Random Yamu John.
normal
I'm
bounce
scared.
deck with a side of Yondu. Is that the idea?
Yeah, I guess.
With the side
You
of
can do
Yondu.
that. With a side of frick you. Yeah, why not? Sure. Just
How
to
dare you.
piss that two people off who hate Yondu. I got you guys. No, I think that's like one thing you could do, which is really fun. Another thing I am still trying to discover is Afflict, where you run a kind of ramp option. So, what? I'll tell the core idea first, so it's easier to understand. I really love Malekith. I think that's one of the coolest cards SD made in a long time. And the idea is that you play Malekith and hide a Zemo under it, and then pull a card after the game ends. That is such an immense power swing if you can do
Okay.
it. Because you have a 4-drop, who pulls a 3-drop, who pulls at least a 2 or 3-drop, because it's like turn 6 beyond. Like, it's like the last step of the game. So that is something I would try to discover, where you build like a very ramp focused deck. So you have Quicksilver Domino, put those 2 in, and then a bunch of 3-drops who work with Malekith. So Speed, Zemo, maybe Glass, maybe a Hazmat, something like that, maybe a Diamondback. Your 4s are Afflictors and Destroy cards. So, I don't know, Laufey, Misery,
Yeah.
something like that.
Man thing.
Man thing, like that. And then you have like 1 or 2 5s to top it off, like an Ajax or Misery, or LDS maybe, something like that. And then you have like this very curve-heavy deck which combos into these 3-drops.
You know, I'm personally not a big fan of those like Quicksilver Domino into like things. Like when I play like Affliction, I just play like Zabu and like 2 drops and then a couple 3s,
Yeah.
a couple 5. I just like
The thing is, you need to play around the Malekith issue. Because what happens if you play Malekith and he turns out to pull a Zabu?
well, then I mean they don't know that.
I mean, they don't know that, yes.
I pull a Malik. I play Malekith and then I snap.
Bluff snapping is a great thing and should be a topic of
By the
this.
way, yeah, we were supposed to talk. You were supposed to talk about this Conquest. Blood
We
Map.
were both to talk about that. You and I both. We both had that mentioned. Because we think bluff snapping is a really cool thing people don't do enough. I don't know about you, Mario. Do you bluff snap at times? Is that a thing you do?
It depends on the deck I'm playing. Usually the decks I play don't have the ability to bluff snap. But I know that whatever you guys usually play like bluff snap decks, you know?
I
Yeah.
mean, I don't do it on ladder because there's not enough people who actually leave. People just stay on the most like they see me play negative like the other day like Colosso just stayed in and like for an 8 or was it 4 and 8 just stayed in. He saw me play Ravona negative into Jane and just stay. He just stayed. It's like people just stay and I'm like I can't be bluff snapping in this environment, bro.
It's
But-
hard.
But in Conquest, I think it is a different story.
Yeah.
Conquest were you know once you figure out your opponent's like list, once you know they have the card and it's like well they really want to stay, you kind of have to respect the snap.
Yeah, like they know, okay, you could play that one thing. And they have to expect that and respect it and therefore leave. That's a thing. But I think bluff snapping in general, like for people who try to climb to infinite, should use it more often. Because people are not willing to risk their cubes when they're close to infinite. So if you are like in the 80s or in the 90s, and you want to climb, and you feel like you have a good hand, a good deck, a good tempo, try Bluff Snap. Scare your opponent. They have to respect it at times. You could win.
But
Just with you.
though, aren't you like you can be matched up against someone like if you're in the 90s, you can be matched against someone in the 70s, right? Like,
I
Not
don't
usually.
know that.
I don't
like,
think it works
it's-
like that. No. I think it's with someone in the
usually
same
matched
ring.
against, like, someone near you, but like it can happen. Like it doesn't.
It can, of course. Like, it's the same in Infinite. When you are like rank 5k, 4k, and you match against top 3 as an example. Hell, I had times where I was like super low and I faced Derek all of a sudden. I was like, why? I'm so far away from this guy and still face him. But yeah, it happens.
It does happen, yeah.
It's something we don't know about. We never got like introduction to this. Like SD never told us about that. So
I think we could probably piece it together based on all the information they've given us, but it'd be like a bit of a hunt to find out. Like,
yeah,
to figure out
definitely.
what
It's like
exactly what they're doing.
you have to think about it in decent that ways. But to go back to the topic at hand, you have a lot of variety in Mill, and you can do a lot of different things. Like my favorite thing, which is like totally off meta, is Discard Mill, aka Hand Burn, where you just play not around the deck you try to burn, but the hand instead. And since they did the Fenris nerf, as an example, it is a buff to that archetype, because you don't have to worry about your Moon Knight hitting your Fenris anymore.
Yeah, huh. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
you
really
can
important
Moon
for
Knight,
them.
like what's it called, Silver Samurai into
Yeah, you
Black Bolt?
discard your opponent's hands to revive it on your side again.
That
like-
curve is like the evilest curve ever. Like if
Yeah,
I
it's-
see you play Moon Knight into Silver Samurai into Black Bolt, I'm gonna crash out.
No, it's like you don't play Silver Samurai usually because he's kind of a bit wacky.
Go
But
all
like
in.
you can play like Moon Knight with a Proxima to get a payback for your side, and then you have a Fenris and revive that thing to your side again because Fenris works with discard as well. And it's like
Yeah.
you have the spirit, but the alteration is a bit different. Like you do it in different ways, but it's still very fun. Like for me, it's very fun. You get bullied.
Oh my god, you just love being like evil to other people.
Only in game. This is like the thing people know me for. Like I'm very very active in the Discord, and if you meet me in the Discord, I'm the nicest person you will ever meet. I will
I'm
always
nicer.
try to be
I personally
good to
consider
you
myself
and
nicer.
support you. I would love to insult you right now, but it's your podcast, so I don't.
It just shows how nice he is, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so nice. I will not insult.
It's just so nice,
but
dude.
no.
Oh my gosh. Look at
What
you.
I mean is, I try to have like a balance in life. Like this is a bit of a life tip, but you need to have a balance where you do good things and bad things equally, so
I mean,
you feel
You don't
comfortable
need to
with
do
yourself.
bad things, right? Like you don't.
I mean, sometimes you need that. Sometimes you have just like this evil craving, I would say. Where it's just like little things, like playing Yon on turn 1 against a Mad Thinker player.
Oh my gosh, Mario's not having a good time.
I mean, I can also do that on Misery when you played negative. You
Yeah,
both
but like,
suffer.
you know, I'll just I'll find a way to win. Yeah, no, trust.
You won't. I'll take all your cards.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're gonna steal every single
So,
card I have.
but that's the thing. Like, I love to have in a balance between my things. So when I am mean, I would need to be nice, and when I'm nice, I need to be mean. That keeps me happy.
Well,
And if it's mean in a video game,
yeah.
be it. But yeah, I think a good few ending sentences to this, because I'm nearly broke the 2 hours, as I mentioned.
No,
The
I mean
plan
that's
worked
alright. That's
out.
alright.
We're here for that.
Also for our dear viewers, like they're experiencing.
They
something
love
they've
this.
never seen
I genuinely hope they love this. I genuinely hope to get a few comments maybe out of this, because
before. Please tell people to comment. I've been begging people to comment. Nobody comments.
Don't.
okay, guys, listen to me. We need some bit of audience giving back here. We yap here for 2 hours. I ignore my mother since 30 minutes. She calls me like 6 times. I ignore her just to yap here.
Don't make us
So,
feel bad now.
you can- No, not you. Them, they should comment. You are fine, but like, give us a comment back. Tell us about how you felt about this. Tell me how bad my head looks. I don't care. Just say something so we can have a little chat too. Why not? Why not have a chit chat with the community itself? Everybody would like that. Don't you agree, guys?
Oh, for sure. We would love to. We would love to finally get some comments so we can interact with you guys.
Like-
We would love it, please.
Like, for the last 5 minutes, I'm just gonna ask questions now. But how is it on your side of the table? How is the content going so far? How do you feel about it with the podcast?
He's definitely been the most polite guest we've
fun
had
with
on.
that?
I will say. No,
The
no,
most what?
the most polite guest.
Well, thank you.
No, we love you, Pixie. Don't worry. If you're even watching this, I have no clue.
I don't even know if Pixie watches this. Pixie, prove
I'm gonna tell him he shouldn't watch. I watched his.
He better.
Watched mine.
Yeah, he
It's
better
that.
watch it.
Yeah,
No,
but
but I'm curious. How's it
we're getting the hang of it. You know, we took like a 2-week
Mm-hmm.
hiatus. We did 4 episodes and we took a 2-week hiatus. Like, can you
Yeah.
believe that? Like,
We're not the
It
best.
happens.
Yeah,
it's
You'll
a
get
lot,
there.
it's a lot harder than they make it out to seem. You know,
they do. It is. I agree.
You see Kay and Best yapping at the camera, and you're like, oh, I could do that, right?
Oh,
Like,
please.
And then you do it and be like, oh damn, that's not so easy.
man,
And
my
in a
opinions are
group
all
settling,
derivative.
Yeah.
in a group settling, things are even easier because you don't have to speak all the time unless you get like a segment for yourself. But even then, you can like talk to the other person and they give you a reply, and I can eat my chips and just take a break off for 2 minutes. When I'm K and Best, I have to yap. I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to yap. In the intro, I have
Non-stop.
to yap in between. Non-stop yapping. I don't know if either of you guys tried streaming before,
Oh yeah.
like on Twitch. You
Oh
did?
yeah,
We both-
I have. I still am.
So,
Yeah.
so you. That's awesome. I think you know how hard it is to speak to a non-existing audience for.
Yes.
Especially when there's like nobody in chat. It's just like
Yeah, that's what I mean with a non-existent audience. I did streaming for 4 years. I made some money with it back before I did my other thing. Yeah, a bit of side info. Why not?
Oh,
I'll give you that. But
Angel lore.
Yeah,
Angel
some
lore.
It doesn't happen often. But I was affiliated. I had my audience. I had like 50 to 80 viewers usually on my streams. That
Hey.
was back before I played card games. I was a League player. Disgusting, I know.
League of Legends.
But
Oh
it
my
makes
God.
it makes the
Right,
most.
It all makes sense now.
It explains everything.
You cracked the code. I am
We've cracked the
disgusting.
code.
Congratulations.
Makes sense. Yeah. Explains everything.
We can settle. But no, it's
Explains
a good
why you
game
like
to
Mill.
get a lot of audience. In. There are other reasons, but we'll come to
Yeah,
that another
yeah.
time. But yeah, you usually have like a lot of people who like to watch League content because in comparison to Snap content is hella boring. Watching a person for
Yeah.
1 or 2 hours playing a card game. No, I
mean,
can't do that.
we
I did
don't-
that.
It depends also on the
Like,
person
make
as
it
well.
interesting, right? Like,
Yeah.
No, like, yeah, some people enjoy that, but if you ask the majority of viewers, especially, not like the player base, because 80% of them don't even watch streams unless it's like the Golden Gauntlet, I guess. But even those who watch it actively will tell you they do something on the side. I was a moderator for TLSG, like, love that guy, and helped him out on his Twitch stream, and the chat were like 3 to 5 people who chat a little bit, but with 300 viewers, and 250 of those were lurkers who just had him in because he has a nice voice and he's a good guy, and you can enjoy that on the side. While you do anything else, and that's Snap content to me. You don't get a lot out of it, but it's a good game at the end of the day. And I think if we wouldn't love Snap, we wouldn't do the things we do here, right?
Well, it's up
No,
to us to make
100%.
it high octane and interesting, and we got to be yelling every single moment
Yeah.
to keep the viewers engaged.
Definitely.
Of course, whenever
Definitely
I
what's
play
happening.
my Ravoda on 2, I start to scream. Woo! I play Ravoda! Yeah! And now I play negative! Woo! And now I'm snapping!
Look at this gameplay.
Sound effects! Boom!
I'm gonna try that one day. I'm gonna try.
Please don't.
All
I'm gonna
during stream.
Oh my! No, hell no! You will hate yourself for doing that. By the way, I tried that myself. I did 3 hours of screaming. I was dead for 3 days straight up. Don't do it. It's not worth
Oh
it.
no!
It's really not worth it
Yeah.
unless you are like really big. Then maybe. But
Probably.
yeah,
Yeah.
not.
I feel like what you were saying earlier really depends on the streamer as well. You know, like there are times where like it also depends on who the streamer is. Where I'm like, you know what, I really like the person I'm watching, and that's why I'm gonna stay in their chat. That's why I'm gonna stay here. You know, because I enjoy what they're doing. You know, so
A few
that's definitely when I
callouts
do
on
it.
that. TLSG, Regis Kilburn, Dexter, and Alex Kosher. These are great streamers who don't, but mostly don't entertain with the gameplay. I guess Regis is outside of that. This guy is hilarious, even with the gameplay. But all of them have great personalities, which is the reason why you watch them. You don't watch them especially for the Snap gameplay, but mostly because they do a great job while doing the Snap gameplay. Like a TLSG or Dexter are very good at explaining stuff. When I watch an Alex Kosher stream, I feel just very comfy and wholesome. It's just nice to be there. It's like a family reunion.
Yeah.
So this is where these people
Well,
like
yeah,
get the points.
we aspire to be among those ranks one day, hopefully.
I'm gonna cheer for you guys. Like, just like if you want a last tip from somebody who did that for 4 years, be consistent and be yourself and have fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
as
no,
stupid as it
we're
sounds,
having
but
fun, though.
We're definitely
having
fun.
fun is
Yeah.
the most important, because if you don't have fun, people will realize that. If you always like rage and tilt and don't enjoy the game, people will see that and they will leave as quickly as they come. Consistency is just good for the algorithm of Twitch. You need that. You need to be consistent. Stream 2 times a week at settled times, at settled dates. People love structure. People love a rhythm. If you give them a specific time where they know, if I'm gonna log in right now and watch this guy play Snap, I know I will get that. And be yourself. Because you can fake yourself for multiple years. Doesn't work out.
Yeah.
Usually in a burnout.
100%.
And I think
keep
that
it in
are
mind,
great
for
ending
sure.
sentences. So, yeah. That's all I have to say.
Well, we finally reached the end, folks.
Finally. No.
Finally. God bless. We're finally done with this guy. Hell yeah.
Fine. Oh my goodness, dude. So long.
But like, I hope you guys enjoyed this pretty long episode.
Pretty long,
I
yeah.
hope you found it informative. I hope you enjoyed our podcast today, and that you actually comment. Please interact with us.
Interact with us. Yes,
If
we
you
love
have-
interaction.
If you have questions about Mill or anything related to Mill, leave a comment. I'm gonna check it out and leave an answer for you.
Yes.
Yeah, for real.
This is my open
and
call.
he probably will answer you with like 20
And-
paragraphs.
Trust me if I say that, I have the most knowledge about Mill in Snap, period. That's a fact.
Yep.
I prove that.
Oh my god.
Ask the questions, I'll give you an answer on that. Okay?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So anyways, guys, like, comment, subscribe, share. Remember to do all that. And have a good one.
Yeah. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you around.
Goodbye.